Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody?
Good
Another edition
morning.
of
What's
the
poppin'?
Brothers of Legacy, where we don't stand out, we stand up. And voting season, in this
Yeah.
voting season, we are
Morning,
continuing
Deborah.
on. Who's that? Deborah in the building. Great morning to you.
Was she first today?
Yes, she was first.
All right. No more gifts for being first.
Happy,
Happy
happy
Tuesday.
Happy
Past
Tuesday.
that. Love you, Deb.
Happy Tuesday. All right, so let's get into it. Make sure you share.
My
Anyone
frozen?
watching? Huh?
No, you're back down.
You said you're freezing? Oh, you look fine right now, but
Okay.
sometimes the
Yeah,
computer
you're back
gives
now.
warnings. All
Yeah,
right.
you're good.
Oh, what's up?
You are
Lisa
your
in the
normal.
building. Great morning to you.
Morning,
You
Lisa.
All
are
right.
your normal handsome self. You're good. You're good.
Let's go. Let's go. So everybody, if you've ever been on this show and you've never said anything, sitting in the background, chilling and just watching, I appreciate you. And if we've never spoken to you, I want you to put your name and where you're from. That's it. You ain't even got to say anything else in the conversation. Just your name and where you're from. All right, because we like to connect with you
Yeah.
guys. We like to know
People like
who's
my
watching.
Aunt Lois. People like my family in Philly who
Right.
watch and don't say anything.
Yeah.
Right.
They were like, "What's
Heard
poppin'?"
about y'all.
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just watching. That's what they say.
Right. Yeah, I've learned a couple of people been watching and saying not. It's
We
not.
love you. We love y'all though.
Yeah, we do. We appreciate you watching.
Say hey though.
There's so many things you could be watching,
Yeah.
and you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick it off. Let's get into it. Hang tight. Hold on, and do. I got too much stuff going on over here. That's what. There we go. Here we go.
But don't be the meal. You know when you said that?
That's good.
Yeah, don't be the meal.
Experience is the best teacher, but truth is the Holy Spirit
I
is the
feel
best
like
teacher.
if you can find the straightest path to the queen that you're supposed to be with, I believe in, and she finds her straightest path to you, then I think it gets away from all those, the skeletons in the closet.
We aim for the wrong things.
Right.
We aim to make our children a good husband. We aim to make our children good wives or successful businessmen or success, whatever.
Right.
The aim is wrong.
Trending is not happening without curiosity. So what's driving curiosity? You understand? People that are successful, people that are effective in life are people with priorities.
Yes, indeed. The priorities. That's what matters. What matters. Let's see.
That's what matters the most.
Yes, indeed.
Priority.
Oh, so today, if y'all don't know, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, hold on. Actually, let me not even announce that first. So tonight, if we're going to talk about tonight at 7, is Solomon's Temple Christian Ministries, followed by at 8:30, the Sisters of Legacy, and then at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the vice presidential debate. The vice presidential debate. It's going to be interesting. I feel like I've not really heard Mike Pence speak a whole lot.
You gotta say.
He don't say much. I mean, other than interviews and his moments. But so tonight's the vice presidential debate. So today we're going to talk about does the VP debate matter? And I put in a title: Does the debate make a difference? Does the presidential make a difference? Like, have you watched the debate and was like, I'm for this guy, and then watched the debate and said, wait, no, now I'm for this guy? Has it ever made a difference? Hold on, before you answer, let that marinate, let that sizzle.
In your spirit.
In your spirit, Samantha in
spirit.
the building.
She says, "Hey, Pastor."
Speaking of SOL coming through.
Morning, Sam.
So before we do that, though, there's just a quick clip of a famous VP debate. Because the thing about debates, a lot of times people drop bombs, some zingers, but they still don't make a difference at the polls. No matter how foolish the other person makes someone feels, or overall you feel like this person won. It seems like, because I was going through some debates and like the opposite team had great debates, but they still didn't win the election. All right, so this one here is a throwback. Pastor may remember this, as well as some others. This is Lloyd Benson and Dan Quell. It's a quick.
Really, what you say is the old people remember it,
right? I was at bed. I was in bed by the time this debate came on. Here go. All right, hang tight, guys.
I have as much experience in the Congress as Jack Kennedy did when he sought the presidency.
Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
That was really uncalled for, Senator.
But look at his face.
His face was serious.
Like when he started, you saw he's like, "You about to drop a bomb on me."
I remember that debate. I remember I was in high school. I remember that.
Let's see. Do you feel like debates make a difference in voting? Go ahead, Pastor. Terry.
I have watched some in the past that made a difference.
Okay.
It's all right. You owe us donuts. That's how we do in our meeting at work. Your phone goes off, you owe us donuts. Any I'm gonna tell you, Ross and Brandon, they'll tell you because Ross did it last week. Anyways, yeah, I have watched some debates in the past that actually changed me. But for me, I've been straight Democratic ticket since I was able to vote. Okay. So it's not. I've never had. The better question is, has there ever been a time to where I thought about voting Republican? That's the better question. And no, Mitt Romney was close.
Okay.
But he couldn't. Thank you, Ebbs. Hey, Ebony and Ivory. But anyways, yes, I watched some the debates that was like, ooh, but none. Dwayne, you just as old, boy. You on the wrong side of the
right? Yeah. He said, "You remember you old."
I am so old. I remember that debate. I remember his face. I remember us laughing at his face. He was like, "When we catch," he was like, "I'm gonna catch me outside." That's the face he made, like in today's thing. But yeah, I watched some debates, and it was kind of nothing like tonight though. I am anticipating Kamala and Mike Pence. It's gonna be good.
Why?
Wow, she gonna drag him through the. I hope she has a good showing. Let me keep my personal comments to myself. I hope she has a good showing. I'm just interested to hear what Mike Pence has to say behind what Trump has done or is doing. I'm interested.
What do you think you're gonna hear different? This to anybody. Yeah. What can happen tonight that can change anyone's perspective on the planet?
Right.
Okay. Well, here's me. The fact that the VP debate has a woman in it. It doesn't. It's been men. For me, that's me. Because I want to hear.
You forgot so quickly. Lipstick on a pig.
Huh?
I can see Russia from my house.
Classic. You don't know yet.
I'm confused.
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Oh. Yeah, she don't count.
Yes.
She don't count.
Can I call you Joe? Can I call you? Because I was just watching.
No, you cannot.
I forgot about Sarah Palin. I'm sorry, first black woman. How about that?
She never became VP though. You're right. Thank God.
How about that?
Praise the Lord for that.
But y'all though.
What up, Romello?
She up there in Alaska doing anything. They getting checks every month to live in Alaska. Their insurance is free and all that. So
yeah, but she wasn't very smart. Yeah,
she was not very smart.
No.
And Sarah Palin would preach one thing, and then her daughter ended up
doing another.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
I mean, Fox did it.
My bad.
Tried their best to try to help her as much as they could. I mean, every turn they try to clean her up.
But what part of that entire episode seemed abnormal?
Right.
Isn't that America?
Right.
This is America.
We just had the cameras on.
Right. Yep.
That's all.
So for me, I think about, there are videos out there that show this pro-black disposition, black and nothing else.
Right.
There are, well, I should say factions. There are factions out there that display a pro-white and anti-everything else disposition. There are factions out there that are pro-economy, capitalism, and anti-everything else. There are factions out there that are pro-green earth and anti-everything else. And when you consider the state of affairs as it exists today in our country, we literally have the Proud Boys putting videos out saying, we are down to 2 candidates. We know who they are. Right. You're going to choose one or you're going to choose the other. And you know who we want. Right. This is what the Proud Boys are saying. And we know that if Trump wins, these Black Lives Matter, these Antifa blanks are going to start a war. Yeah. We're ready for you. Right. He says, us rednecks are ready. Right.
Sure did. You should have put that video, boy.
Right.
He said, and we know that if Joe Biden wins, you need to know we're coming and we're coming strong. So my question to the sitting president of the United States is, how comfortable are you being the president in 2020 that is the instigator of a race war?
Right.
How does that sit with you? How does that sit with all of your followers? I know how it sits with Confederates, with rednecks, with the Proud Boys, with the right wingers. I know, but just the regular Americans who feel like you just prefer Donald Trump's policies.
Right. Right.
How comfortable are you supporting a person that is in fact instigating a race war in America?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Dwayne,
what up? I was kind of having that thought because there was another commercial with a black couple. I don't know who they are. They was on the podium shaking President Trump's hand. I don't know who they were, but part of his ad. And I just don't really understand like what people are watching. What are people into that they can't see what's really going on? As well, so I mean, like, so going back to tonight, I just want to see, and like Ephraim said, that was the great point. He said it's a rallying opportunity for people who are already persuaded just to see their guy have a win. Just to,
I would love to see,
to kind of see, it's kind of like a boxing match where you already chose who you want to win. You just.
But I guess that's a great point. But I wish Ephraim was on here. At this stage, who's winning?
Right. Right.
With America, if you look at NBC,
right,
and look at what their narrative, if you look at CBS and look at their narrative,
yes,
you look at headline news, or you look at CNN, or you look at Fox, look at everyone's news, look at everyone's narrative, right? And somebody help me understand where the strand of truth is.
Right. Right.
It's getting further and further away than what it used to be. I tell you that much.
Right. But if you flock to the source of the issue, the source of the confusion. We've always had two sides.
Yeah, always.
Right?
Always.
Anybody that thinks this is Democrat versus Republican, I'm praying for you.
Right.
I'm really praying for you.
It's bigger than that.
Because it's so much deeper than that. Yeah. But we've always had two sides. Right. Okay. But what I'm trying to I wish one of the questions tonight would be, how do you feel about supporting an individual who is instigating a race war in America? And the question can be posed to both sides.
Right.
Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So I'm
I like that question.
It's a great question. It's a great question.
Because you can ask Joe Biden the question.
Right.
Because of how people feel on his side about his opposition.
Right.
Who are ready to fight.
Right.
And you can ask Donald Trump the same question.
Right. 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 So do you feel like so obviously these couple of years the divide has gotten it's kind of changed somewhat, like where it was just kind of a political, of what people think, their agenda, things of that nature, to something a lot deeper, which has been systemic in this country forever. It's just kind of like it's been pushed out more.
Oh, look at that dog.
Man, that's a fancy dog.
He decided
did that dog get bigger? Is that dog getting bigger?
Can he get any bigger?
That's a person.
Right.
That's a person with an afro and a hairy chest.
Right. So it's not really people.
Right.
I'm with Ephraim on that.
Right.
Right. So but Ephraim, I'm gonna go there. If you say that the people aren't winning, it's their agendas that are winning, then who's losing?
The people.
Okay. So the thing is, you said the people aren't winning, it's their agenda. But the agenda has to be the agenda of the people. So which people's agendas are winning?
Right.
Right? Because you can't say both sides are winning. Somebody has to be losing.
I meant the American people are losing. That's who I meant when I said the people.
Right. So that begs the question, whose agenda is winning? What people is he referring to?
Right.
Right. And because that's exactly what we have to talk about.
Right.
Right. We've got to figure out what is the winning message, because the winning message isn't anti-Trump, anything but Trump. That's not the winning message.
Right. That's true.
And neither is the winning message, make America great again.
Right.
Right. So what is the winning message? What is the winning agenda? Because I haven't heard it yet.
Well,
either party. So that tells me the only agenda that I can truly focus on is the one that is found in here.
That's a pretty Bible.
Because ain't nobody else talking about nothing.
Yeah.
That's a pretty Bible.
When you peel it back, neither side is talking about anything. Did you all see Trump wins in a landslide? He has no opposition. Listen, did you all see the visual of the president when he got out of Marine One, walked up the stairs, stood on the balcony, took his mask off, kept straightening his jacket as if every time he straightened it, it automatically got crooked again. He couldn't stop fixing it. But the one thing that I noticed, I slowed it down.
Right.
And I want you to go back and look at this. I want everybody on here to go back and look at this, because they kept talking about how great he was feeling. There's been questions about his There's been questions about his oxygen levels, right, through the pulse oximeter. And if you look at his face and watch his chest, you can watch him, hey, lovely, grasping for air.
Yeah.
He's doing this with his mouth. Yeah. And if you watch his mouth and watch his chest rise, you can see how he's working to get air into his lungs.
Right.
And I haven't heard anybody say a word about it. No one has paid attention to that. Everybody's talking about him taking the mask off. I'm like, he's outside standing on a balcony. There's nobody around him. Who cares?
Hey, Cheryl.
But what I did
for appearance sake, yeah.
Right. He's struggling for appearance. Exactly. What I didn't, if you go back and look at it, go back and look at the video. Watch anybody who knows anything about the respiratory system. When your chest is rising like this, you are laboring to breathe. And so much so that his mouth goes like this. He's doing this.
That's the video with no sound. I saw that this morning. I saw that for the first time this morning.
Yeah.
Where somebody
and so the resounding message is, look how far he's willing to go.
Yeah.
And here's my question to anybody, because you know,
he's struggling bad.
I just thought it was good / bad act. I think it was good / bad acting, and this is the reason why. This is the first thing I said. How many sitting presidents have you guys ever known to attend Walter Reed Medical Facility? Can anybody tell me that? I mean, this is the first one I remember.
I don't know the numbers.
When Reagan got shot?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, Reagan.
Okay, so Reagan. Gunshot, pretty immediate death. Okay. If not, I mean, that's imminent death if you don't get him to a hospital in time as president. I can understand that. But here's my view on that. I'm a soldier. Well, former soldier. And you know that Walter Reed is a military installation. For those of you that don't know that, Walter Reed is a military installation. And what that means is that the president is truly their commander in chief. He truly is their boss. There's pictures of him on the wall. He's in their chain of command. He's at the top. So they literally work for him. So I was just thinking, if you want to cover up, if you want to make something, go to where you work, just like it's another one of your businesses. I mean, Walter Reed is a great hospital. Don't get me wrong, especially if you're a soldier injured. However, it's not a better hospital. It's not a better hospital than Johns Hopkins.
And isn't that closer?
It is. And
but Johns Hopkins is not. But Johns Hopkins is not the president's hospital.
Right. That's what I'm about to say. Yeah. Okay. Walter Reed is the president's hospital. They got a spot. They got an office. It's designed for him to go there.
Right, because he's the commander in chief.
Right.
If we're talking about
military,
right, but if we're talking about the best, we're talking about President Trump here. The same dude that called these guys clowns and dirt bags or whatever the saying. I'm paraphrasing and I'm probably messing it up. But we're talking about somebody whose money is a lot longer than his pride and sticking with the traditions of what's the president's hospital. I believe that this has become completely politicized, and the cherry on the top was what you just described, Pastor. It was that fake labored breathing. I got enough children when I know faking when I see it. I mean, that's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion.
I would say this, brother. I don't think because all of this makes me question whether or not he was actually sick. Right. But until I saw the breathing last night.
Yeah, I didn't think. I saw this morning. It looked
because
I'm looking at it now.
He was trying to hide it. That's the thing. Yeah. That's what you do when you try to disguise it. He kept messing with his jacket so that you couldn't see him doing it. You know, he was like, to me, he looked like he was really, really trying to play it off. And here's the thing.
I think so.
He's a horrible actor. So that's why I'm like, he can't be acting because he's horrible at it.
Right.
He doesn't know how to act. You know, my younger brother is an actor. My younger brother is in Los Angeles. He's in Hollywood. He did work with Donald Trump in the 90s. Okay. I'll never forget this. When I first got out of the military, my brother came home from a shoot one day and he said, I think I have just worked with the dumbest person I ever met in my life.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No, my mom is on here. My mother's on here. She can, Mom, if you still listening, please say amen, something. This was all the way back in the 90s.
Right.
My little brother, who was barely, he couldn't be any more than 20 years old. He didn't even really know Donald Trump.
Right.
But he said, man, I think I just worked with the dumbest person I ever met in my life. And I'm like, who? He goes, Donald Trump. I'm like, Donald Trump? I'm like, you talking about the New York?
Right.
Yeah.
This was, man, on everything that I love, this is a true story. Okay. So when Donald Trump was running for president, it didn't just come to.
Well, no, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even remember what it was. I don't even remember. I just know
Mama said you're
that
right.
there was some project. Okay, there's my mom. Okay.
Yeah.
My mother's not gonna lie for me.
Mama ain't lying.
Yeah.
No, this was in the 90s. I'm telling you. And he said it, and he didn't really even know Donald Trump.
Wow.
He didn't know it.
That's not a shocker. Yeah, I can see that. I maybe I'm just stuck on conspiracy theory. I just everything that happened around it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like you're not being presidential. But then again, when have you been? So yeah,
he's never been.
But as dumb as he is, he's the same person who said, if I ever run for president, I would run as a Republican, because if there's anybody dumber than me, right, it's the Republican Party. Basically, he didn't say if there's anybody dumber than me. He said you could tell them anything.
Look, what's up, Cole? Did you read Kevin's comment?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put that up. I ain't putting that up.
Look, Kevin was like, "Now I break you, Biden."
Now I break you.
I believe that. Oh, so the question is, right? What's the general consensus? Do we feel like he's really dealing with something? He's trying to front like it's okay, like he's okay, or is it all a sham for attention? Because we know he's the king of attention, and he's done that well. The press has kind of backed off with his rallies and stuff. They take clips, they don't follow him like they did, because a lot of people blame them for him getting ahead because of his words. They kept following all of it. They're like, oh, Donald Trump about to speak. It's about to be lit,
Well, when you're the president, you're supposed to get that kind of free press.
No, I'm talking about pre when he was when everybody was running. Right. Everybody, he got more press than anybody, because every time this dude about to speak, like, oh yeah, it's about to go down, right? Yeah. so people got mad, but he was like, yo, he's the most entertaining dude on the campaign trail.
We finna get mad sound bites. Yeah.
Right. Facts. But he's always been known for that. Like, so whenever something else going on, he always tweets something that gets everybody riled up. Now we're kind of used to it. Now it's kind of died down. It's like, oh, there go Trump again.
There you go, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl, I like that comment, Cheryl.
Yeah, I like that too. Cheryl said, I'm still believing he only knows the truth. And he's the only one that knows. We're not gonna know. For real.
Scammer.
But a scammer will always be a scammer. Me personally, I think it's a sham. That's just
I think he had it before, and he got better.
I think he's struggling with something. I'm not too sure if it's COVID. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Nor do I have his medical records, so I don't know.
He's plus right, like all together.
It's a whole thing. But here's the thing that really gets me is that for the people that are suffering, you got states like Georgia. What phase are you guys in?
Oh, we're finally out of the red now.
You're finally out of the red now?
Yeah, 3 days ago we out of the red.
Churches, I hear church stores opening back up out down there. Baltimore, Maryland, places like that are still like in phase 1. North Carolina just went into phase 3. Right. So all these people that are still struggling with this pandemic in their states, certain states, I feel like it's a slap in the face to them. The 200,000 Americans that have passed away from COVID or COVID-related symptoms, it's a slap in the face to them.
Right.
Because this man was diagnosed with COVID 2 days ago. All of a sudden now he's taking flights and taking, trips around the yard with the Secret Service in his Suburban. I mean, I don't understand it. It's not, I feel like it's a slap And
well, I don't think you don't know what they have been injecting him with. I mean, in the military,
hydrochloroquine,
battlefield, they can inject you with adrenaline and keep you fighting.
Right.
They can keep you injected to keep you fighting, and as long as you have that adrenaline injection, you can take another bullet and keep shooting.
Wow.
And you can't
folk they got that. But regular folk that got that, them people that are sitting in the hospital hallways dying. They don't.
Well, no. Listen, you're bringing up. I don't know if you're intentionally going down this path, Terry, but I will tell you this.
It is fire.
It is.
Get the gasoline out.
With vengeance.
You just made the point that I really was trying to make yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw my post on Facebook yesterday.
I saw it.
And well, you didn't comment. You did, Terry. Thank you.
I did comment. I
said you did. Thank you.
Oh,
I did. You're right, sir. I'm a horrible friend.
I got folks all the way from Canada commenting, and my local folks ain't saying nothing. Look, so here's the thing. It's such a contradiction, right? Because the health care that he has is funded by who?
By us. Right.
The taxpayer, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in trouble because of not paying taxes. Yet the health care, which is the best in the country that he gets, is funded by the very system that he avoids.
Right.
Come on, tell him why you mad. I feel it too.
I mean, do you understand how
tell him why you're mad?
Right? He's getting he's getting the best of healthcare, which is funded by taxpayers. He makes millions of dollars a year and pays $750 in taxes.
That's crazy. I still can't get past that. Miss me.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask y'all something.
Got to be kidding.
That was good.
Dwayne, that soundboard. I knew it was coming.
I'm gonna ask y'all something because I've been kind of sitting on the other side and looking at this, right? And don't worry, I'm not about to defend him and his crazy tax goals and things. Don't worry. But do you think he's broker than what we realize?
No.
Like, well, okay,
you can have assets. You can have assets.
It's a great question, right? Because what I've learned about investments,
yes,
you can be. Where's Mello? You can be cash poor,
right,
and asset rich,
right. And that's what I've been thinking about.
Okay. You can be a multi-millionaire on paper,
right,
and not afford a Honda.
Right.
So most people in that position, and what I've learned even about investments, that's what we're talking about, passive investments, passive revenue, right? At least is that when you're making investments, my wife and I have had this conversation over the years. We have to create passive lines of revenue. And because I have assets, because I have valuable resources, does not mean I have access to cash.
Right.
And the reason for that is because of our tax system. If I go pull cash out, if I go sell a property and pull the cash out, I have to pay capital gains tax.
Yes.
On that. It's as if I went to Vegas and hit for 50 grand.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I have to pay capital gains tax because it's not earned revenue, earned income. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is what most people do is they make their investments and they build their portfolio to a point to where at some point in time you can afford to pay the taxes on it, but you can turn around and begin to pay yourself a salary.
Yes.
Make yourself an officer of your organization, pay yourself a salary, pay regular income tax on your earned income, right? And then you keep it moving. And you remain asset rich, and now you have revenue where you're a regular taxpayer, but that revenue can be $50,000 a year, it could be $150,000 a year, it could be $500,000 a year based on your portfolio. But don't start pulling the money out until you can afford the taxes.
Right.
Right.
And think about how many times he's declared bankruptcy. You know,
there's a question about that, 4 or 6 times. But the thing is, Donald J. Trump has never filed personal bankruptcy.
Right. He's his corporation.
Right. Just his businesses.
Right.
His
the
hotels.
Folks that his businesses that he probably, like you said, he was probably collecting a check from, maybe making $25,000 a year, you know, and using the company to pay for his life.
Right.
You know, because if your company provides a house, a car, and all these assets, then I don't pay taxes on that. That's my company providing these things for me. Here, let me get you what
they don't.
It's like what Cole said.
What people have learned to do is not spend their own money. Cole, absolutely.
Right.
You start a business so that everything goes into the business and you stay free.
Right.
Okay. So if something wrong happens, it doesn't hit you personally. It only hits the business.
Right.
Right. People, you know, I work in this office at home. Right. So I can rent office space from my landlord, Brian McCrory.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. On paper, I'm leasing office space from Brian McCrory. So Brian McCrory, who lives at my address, has income, passive income, from this business, SunGuard Availability Services, where I work, who leases space out of my house.
Right. Yeah.
And as a business, you can write that off as a business expense.
Right.
When you drive I can get up out of my seat and go drive for breakfast and have one of my coworkers meet me for breakfast.
Right. And write that off.
Right.
Waffle House.
And I spent my money, but I can reimburse myself because of it being a business expense.
No, he did not.
So the objective is never spend your own money, never ruin your own name.
Right.
And if everything goes bad, blame it on the business.
There you go. And declare bankruptcy and then go back and get your repoed stuff with the new business.
And all the reason why you have so many more wealthy people who look like us is because they found the secret.
Right.
With
the profit from McDonald's. Yeah, exactly. That was a great movie too. So his business paid into the land and it went into his business. Right. Exactly what he did. Right.
Yeah. We don't educate ourselves enough to understand all of these interesting and creative ways to save ourselves. We kill our own credit. You know, we get in trouble for tax evasion. We owe the government money and all this kind of stuff, man, because we don't know the tax code.
Yeah, you know Wesley Snipes is real. He's fish grease hot right now.
Yeah.
Somebody should have told Wesley what was going on because he fish grease hot right now.
His credit, right.
Well, Wesley did something based on principle, not based on knowledge.
Right.
But you can't tell me he ain't pissed off right now.
Do you know that you don't have to pay taxes? Wesley like, yeah.
Black man, yeah.
All right. So listen, real quick. Take a quick break tonight, 7 p.m. None other than Solomon's Temple Christian Ministries online service. So let's take a pause for the cause. And we're back.
And since we're back, some of y'all out there, y'all got content, and y'all need y'all content to look professional. You need it to look clean. You need it to look smooth. I got the solution for you. This brother right here, Anthony Walker Helps, is the man that you need to know. Go ahead and put some money in that man's pocket and get some professionalism in your life.
There you go. Appreciate you. So let's see. All right. So let's see. You're a sovereign citizen. You don't need to pay taxes. Sure, you're
Good
right.
luck with that.
At first, I started reading. I was like, Rebella, really?
Look, and it works in some scenarios. I've seen it work in the courtroom. I've seen it work in the courtroom, but they just some cases, it's not worth it being a sovereign citizen. This is former police talking to some black people out there that be like, I'm not driving, officer. I'm traveling. I ain't got to talk to you. Look, some of y'all need to let it. I'm just saying, it's not a good look. You might be right, but you ain't gonna win on the side of the road.
He said, "I'm not driving. I'm."
That's what they say according to the Black's Law Dictionary. I have to be driving a vehicle that's making money. I'm not driving a vehicle that's making money. This is not a part of commerce. So therefore, I am traveling officer. I don't have to give you my license or any of that other stuff. Okay, sir, step out the car, please.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and be missed with that. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. And before we continue on, let me just throw this up because we didn't talk too long. So I got my next so tonight after Solomon's Temple Christian Ministries, we have the Sisters of Legacy. So definitely check that out. It's a great show. They have an interesting topic tonight. So stay tuned. 1 second. So long. All right. So note to self: ask Dwayne, what are the stupidest travelers things stupid travelers say?
I've only had to encounter two in my whole life, and they were peaceful encounters. And it was just conversation, and we was going back and forth. That's all. It wasn't like I was rolling up on them to put cuffs on them.
Awesome. Yeah, it'll be on Periscope. Just go if you put in your search Sisters of Legacy. Don't travel past the ball. So are we watching the debates tonight? Anybody?
Yes.
Pastor, you watching them?
Yes. I think I might even broadcast it live. Put it on StreamYard, share my screen, and play it. Yeah.
Well, I guess for me, it's interesting. I mean, because Kamala Harris, I know her position because I've heard her. I have followed. So I don't think I'm going to hear anything different. So I'll probably. What time is the debate?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, the Lakers will be on.
Well, that's
we're going to watch the
normally that's a big deal, but that might not be as big of a deal now as it used to be because this is the lowest NBA Finals has been since like 1984.
The ratings,
yeah, the amount of people watching it.
They'll be watching tonight because Butler went off in Game 3.
Oh yeah, and what did he say after the game?
13 and 12.
Yeah, he made it interesting. He looked at Anthony Davis and said, "You in trouble." He in trouble. So tonight, I think the viewership will be up.
Yeah, I want to see LeBron walk off the court again. Now, let's go ahead. I wish we could go ahead and end that GOAT talk because that's no.
You need to stop. You're changing the subject.
He need to
go there with you.
Y'all started the
about to
NBA
have it
finals.
out. No, you don't want this smoke.
Trash.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Just so I'm the right person in the middle. Pastor, are you saying that LeBron's a GOAT? Or are you saying he's not walking off the court?
Listen, I debunked the GOAT conversation about LeBron James months ago because how can you here's the thing. No, and here's why. How can you compare him?
Okay.
He's unlike anything
I am
we've
not
seen.
hating Ev.
You've not seen a LeBron James before.
But I
and
tell
you'll
you
never see another one, just like you'll never see another Michael Jordan.
Right.
Thank you.
The only part that makes a difference to me when you get this great is that
what
3 and 7, 3 and 8. How many? What is he? 3 and 6.
This is his 10th one. He had this. Yeah, he's 3 and 6. Yeah.
So that's the only thing that is nitpicking at this point. And 6-0 when you as great as both of you are, you got to have something that just stands out. And never lost in the finals is all I'm saying.
When that dude gets 6 rings, he can talk about some GOAT talk.
No, he can't.
Let me ask this.
No.
Okay, so going from just about any sport, right?
Yeah.
What do you qualify as a GOAT, right? So for me, GOAT status, one of them is you've somehow transformed the space that you're in.
Okay.
And you took it to another level. You know, like you done stuff that you've never done before. Like someone, let's just take it way out there. Someone that found a way to jump like in between the 3-point line, and the half court. They found a way to jump that far. You know what I'm saying? Like to do some amazing things. Numbers are great as well. But just something that changes the game. What do you consider the GOAT? Like, what are your standards for considering someone the
after
GOAT?
Michael Jordan? The game was never the same.
Right. A GOAT.
After LeBron James, the game has never been the same since LeBron James.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Why?
Wrong. After LeBron, what's he changed? This dude.
How has LeBron not changed the game forever? Have you ever seen anybody like LeBron? Have you ever seen anybody do what LeBron James has been doing?
What, lose finals? Yeah, I've seen it.
No. I said, have you ever seen an individual on the basketball court accomplish the things that LeBron James has accomplished in his career in the NBA?
I give him that. No.
You've never seen it. You've never seen anybody do what LeBron James has done, just like you never saw anybody do what Michael Jordan did.
Right.
You can't say that about anyone else. Will Chamberlain was 7 feet tall. Kareem was 7 feet tall. Shaq was 7 feet tall. LeBron James has transcended the sport. He's playing at a level at an age that no one has ever done before.
Okay, see, I got such a high amount of respect for you, Pastor. I hate to nitpick at your words. I such a high respect.
Listen, you're not gonna hurt my feelings because the confusion that you all have is thinking that I'm a LeBron James fan.
No, I don't. I know you're a sports fan.
Right.
So here's my question.
Let me prove it to you.
I see. That's the problem, right there.
You can't.
He's drinking that juice. He's drinking that juice. Yeah, Cowboy. That's the problem right there.
Yeah.
No, what you don't understand is,
we should.
We look like the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
But I got enough sense. I got enough sense. As much as I'm a Cowboys fan, I can separate my fandom from that madness that we're displaying on the gridiron.
Right.
It is.
No, I agree. Now, the only thing I was going to say,
sport fan than I am a team fan. I'm a bigger sport fan than I am a player.
So let me just ask you this question. When you say LeBron transcended the game, okay, I can agree with you 100% that there's never been a LeBron, that there's never been a LeBron James type player. I completely agree with that. But I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the transcending part. Because I don't get that part.
Pastor, you lost your fans. Your fans are leaving.
They stage left.
Y'all leave Jerry Jones 2 year long.
Table that.
Like, I ain't watching Solomon tonight.
Let's table that. Let's table the fact that I'm a Cowboy fan.
All right. Put it later.
Just like in my testimony for my walk with the Lord, you don't know my story.
I love it.
Right?
I love it.
Oh my God. Listen, okay, real quick, 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
I grew up a Chicago Bears fan.
Right.
January 30th, 1994 was Super Bowl Sunday. The Cowboys were playing the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. The Cowboys beat the Buffalo Bills January 30th, 1994 to win the Super Bowl. Right. At 8:32 that morning, I have 5 children. I have 4 daughters. I have 1 son. 8:32 a.m. January 30th, 1994, my one and only son was born on a Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Whoever won that game, I was going to be a fan for life.
Okay.
Oh, see, that's sent. Hey, look, I ain't mad at you.
See?
All right.
I'm a 49er fan because of a Monday night football game against the Giants. I saw Ronnie Lott when I first started playing football in '87. I saw Ronnie Lott smash a 6'5", 250-pound Mark Bavaro coming across the middle of the field.
He killed Mark Bavaro.
And ever since then, look at him. They ain't got a ring in 30 years. He gonna pull them out though. I'm just messing with you. It's nice. That's a nice shadow box though.
Yeah, my boss is a Cowboy fan, and you should have seen his face yesterday.
Your boss suck.
Whole thing. Yeah, I was like, Brandon, I'm sorry, bro.
Wait a minute. So Cowboys,
when we bought this house, my wife found out that our neighbor in our cul-de-sac, they're from Texas, and they're diehard Cowboy fans. My wife was outside Sunday. And we had, Sunday we wore our jerseys, right? Because on football Sunday, we put our jerseys on. She was outside, and then they said, "Oh my God, so you're Cowboys fans?" It's like, yeah. She goes, "No, we're the biggest Cowboy fans." My wife was like, "Nah," right? And here's what my wife said. My wife said to her, "In my family, we don't have a choice."
She drank the Kool-Aid.
My children will tell you that even if they like another team, they won't say it out loud in the house.
So as for me in my house,
boy, that's a fear of God right there. That's a fear of God.
Right.
You watching Tom Brady? Turn that TV off.
This river runs deep, man. This river runs deep.
Let's go, Eagle. That's credit the Cowboy.
Yeah, but that's you. But you talk. See, Kevin, you talking about religion. Okay, being a Steelers fan is a religion. Being an Eagles fan is a religion.
So what has been?
Y'all get in fist fights.
So what has been a Cowboy fan? Right. Is that a cult? Is that a cult?
Cowboy fans, that's a cult.
Look, the Cowboys the only team I can see that look, they can be 4-6 and win a game. We win in the Super Bowl, bro. We win the Super Bowl.
See, I don't think like that. See, that's not me.
You're a realist.
Tony Romo stayed too long. When we hired Mike McCarthy, I was so done with the Cowboys. I can't believe that Jason Garrett is coaching anywhere in football today. I was done with Jason Garrett for like 5 years. And when we hired Mike McCarthy, I'm like, you just traded Jason Garrett for Jason Garrett's big brother.
Wow.
You know,
And I don't think
I've been a
Romo
frustrated Cowboy fan since for over 20 years.
I don't think Romo was y'all issue either. Romo wasn't as bad as he looked on team play, because y'all sabotage his career. He should be able to sue y'all. Like his stats are pretty good. He should be able to sue y'all for sabotaging his career. I almost like Aaron Rodgers and no, let me not even put Romo name in the same sentence with Aaron Rodgers. I apologize, football fans.
And I didn't mean to take us down another path, AD. I apologize.
It's
man.
fine. I listen. I opened it up. I said, "How do you define the GOAT?" Sports is going to come. They're going to see the cup, and that's going to be it. All right. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us. As you can see, I'm probably I'm the non-sports fan in the building. But I have watched for years, and I even know the Super Bowl that Pastor's talking about, because I know the Bills had always come close.
3 in a row.
They come close, and then they'd screw it up.
Super Bowls in a row. Four in a row.
Right.
4 in a row and lost. Man, Jim Kelly and
so
Thomas and Bruce Smith and Don Beebe and
man.
Reed, they had a squad, but they just couldn't beat nobody.
Yeah, just every time they get to the dance and mess it up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we appreciate you rocking with us, hanging with us every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm almost going to give it a 9 to 10, 10-ish, 10:30, maybe 11 sometime. But appreciate you rocking and sharing. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We're going to talk about the debates, see how it goes. Debates and other things. So always know, like I say at the beginning, we start on one thing, but we always transcend to something else. All right. So appreciate you guys being with us and hanging with us. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. As always, know that we love you here at Brothers of Legacy, but God loves you more. Take care. Keep praying. Stay safe. Keep the mask on. Keep social distancing. I don't care what anybody says. Take care.